an entire life that should have been mine. That was my birthright. I don't know how this happened to me. And I'm just so angry. I'm so sad. Like, I just don't know how this happened. Like a virus or something. It just like infected me, and it happened so quickly. And it was like I was right there, like agreeing to every single thing. And I don't know how that happened. Then now I can sit here and like look back and be like, why did I do that? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. If I just would have waited. If I just would have waited.
How sad is that? So this is how people are being scarred and left to deal with this decision as a child. This is terrible. This is child abuse. This is traumatizing. Hi everybody and welcome back. My name is Dion. This is DeMaria Reacts. So I got wind of this story and I just wanted to react to this young lady. Her video clip is going viral. She has transgendered to a male, okay, and she'll explain to you how far she went with it. But this is really sad that people are being left in this level of brokenness. This is not just playing a part, doing cosplay and wearing the clothes of another gender. I mean, this is something that's affecting people deep in their psyche, in their spirit, and the level of brokenness and trauma that's resulting. It's just horrible. Let's check out more of what she says.
If I just would have waited. If I just would have waited and let myself heal. I can't have kids. I'll never lose my virginity. Like, I feel like I'm left to just like accept the scraps of the life that I could have had. I had this full life that I'm now having to mourn, while also living in the present moment with the life that like feels just like the scraps of what could have been. I don't know how to be happy in that. You know, I don't know how to be okay with that. I hate when people are like, everything happens for a reason. Like, no, this didn't happen for a reason. You know, it's just a tragedy. Just call it what it is. I don't want to use the word indoctrinated, but I was young and I was sad and I was impressionable and I thought that this would fix everything.
But you know what? That's what it is. She was indoctrinated. She was brainwashed. I mean, even the school system is having an effect on these young people. My heart goes out to her. I just want to grab her and hug her and just, it's really sad. There's something very insidious that is taking place in these last few years. I can look back at over the years and just like 5 years ago, you know, this wasn't even a topic. And right now it's trending. I mean, it's trending for all the wrong reasons. And the fact of the matter is that she will now be canceled or whatever, so to speak. You know, because detransitioning is not something that the powers that be want to even get out. You know, you don't get to have the platform, the same platform you did when you had transitioned to an opposite gender, unless you stay happy in it. The moment you start speaking about it, and acknowledging your regret and mourning, because she's straight up in mourning, like she said, of the life that she was supposed to have, the life that, you know, she was born to have, the way God designed her. She is mourning that because she's realizing the weight of the regret on this young lady. It is just sad. I mean, and I don't say this in a condescending way, but my heart goes out to her. I'm going to be praying for her. There's no hope except in Christ. But there's something, like I said, that's very wicked that's going on, because the quickest way to attack someone's identity is to attack their sexuality. If you try to think of just yourself separate from your sex, male or female, it's an impossibility. I mean, you can't do it. Your entire identity is wrapped up in the sex that God, the Creator, assigned to you. And so when the powers that be are grooming children to go this route and pushing them this route. I was even listening to the radio earlier, and I don't even know what state it was because I was catching the tail end of the broadcast. But children who might voice having this struggle, a struggle in their gender, so to speak. Really, that's not what it is. They're having struggle, in their identity. Anyway, it's the same old thing that teenagers go through. Well, now they want you to even bypass counseling in one state here, in at least one, here in the United States. So even bypass counseling, which means that pushes them right towards the medical drugs and the surgery for this transgender procedure. It's just horrible, and it's wicked. And the reason that the powers that be push for things like this becomes a situation where it's like, I forgot the name of this epidemic, when it's almost like it's a contagion, in society and the culture, that once it gets out there, it just spreads. And children are made to believe that if they are struggling as far as in their personality and in their personal identity, and like I said, it's just the normal changes that teenagers go through as they're trying to, quote unquote, find themselves. People are making young people believe that the reason why you're having that struggle is because you're trans. So they are bypassing gay and lesbian. They're bypassing homosexuality and just pushing kids towards this life-changing procedure where they are mutilated by these surgeons and switched over to another gender. Once you mess a person up in the head that way, then you have people that you can control like puppets. And that's what it's about. It's beyond political party. You know what I'm saying? It goes way deeper than that. Even though in this country, it's the radical left that pushes this. But it's higher up than even they are. The powers that be, that's those people who want to control the world and control people. Some of the wealthiest people on the planet are involved. You can control the minds of people like this easier. When somebody struggles in their very identity, what are they going to stand for? They're not going to fight in the same way as somebody who's solid in who they are, who's solid in national sovereignty. That's why it's frowned upon nowadays for American citizens to be patriotic. It's like if you are for the United States, if you love your country, and what's wrong with that? Like, don't you love your home? Your house, the place where you live. Don't you love what's wrong with that? You love where you live. You love your space, and that's why you take care of it. You decorate, you do all these things, you pay your rent or mortgage. It's because it's yours. It's a part of your world. And so what is wrong with loving your country and your countrymen? There's nothing wrong with that. But the powers that be want to make us believe that something is wrong with that, because they are wanting to do away with the mindset of national sovereignty, because there is a push towards globalism. And we have to fight back. Brothers and sisters, we have to fight back. And when I say that, I mean my fellow Americans, and I don't care what color you are. We have to fight back against this mess.
I don't know what to do with any of it. I think I just feel a lot different also though from most detrans girls or detrans women, detrans girls and women, because I've had bottom surgery. Every girl I know has it. They still have this part of them, and I don't have that. I don't have anything anymore. It's just so sad. It just sucks so bad. This is just something I'll have to live with. There's no fixing it. There's no making it better. I have to live like this for the rest of my life and figure out a way to be okay with it. I'm not making this video for sympathy or anything. It's just I'm wanting to express what's honestly going on in my reality right now as a detrans woman, as a woman who thought she was trans and transitioned, lived as trans for 8 years, had top surgery, a full hysterectomy, bottom surgery, went all the way as far as one could go, and then woke up and realized that I made the biggest fucking mistake of my life.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? So like she said, she went as far as she could go. She's had everything changed. A full hysterectomy, top surgery, bottom surgery, and then right after, she regretted it. It makes me mad for her. It makes me mad. The level of deception, the deception of the enemy involving this whole process, this gender ideology, this mess, this is sick, and it's from the pits of hell. It's from the pits of hell. I mean, how else can you look at it? So one thing I'm glad about God using our current president to pull down and rip down a lot of this mess. But American citizens, we have been lulled into a state of complacency and acceptance of this stuff. We're going to have to fight back. We're going to have to fight back on behalf of our children. I've heard it said, I don't know. I mean, I just came across this story, so I haven't done the deep dive just yet. But I've heard it said that she was supposed to speak at a university shortly prior to this video. And then, of course, at the last minute, the university canceled her talk at the last minute. See, they don't want the message to get out that people go through this whole process and then they end up regretting it. Like I said, I'm going to be praying for this young lady. I respect her boldness and her courage for speaking out and telling the truth about her experience. But yes, I really appreciate what she's doing, because she is helping people, and I hope her video continues to go viral and that it helps someone stop and halt before they go through with this change that can be so permanent and so devastating to a person's life. Well, thank you so much for watching. Before you leave out, please hit that like button, share this video, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you will not miss the next video that I drop. I will see you all next time. Bye.